The story behind my work, A Tale of Two Cities, revolves around two cities that play a very important part of my life. Paris and Hanoi. They're two cities that just have a really personal connection to myself as an individual, to my family, but also historically and culturally. Hanoi was a city that was really influenced by the French in the 1800s, and because of that, Vietnam, or Hanoi in particular, was really branded with a cultural mark that resonates in its people, in its architecture, and its way of life. And it is something that I grew up in because I was born in Hanoi. So that kind of overlaps onto my personal side, how I was born in Hanoi, lived there for 7 years before coming to Sydney. My whole family was born there, and I grew up under a very, very, I would say, beautiful culture of enjoying bohemian life, sort of art and music and food, and just under a culture that was really much influenced by the French. I decided to do painting for my body of work mainly because the use of oils and colors allowed me to really express the dramatic nature of the two cities. Paris is a city that's really grounded in history and culture, and Hanoi is a city that's so vibrant with colors. And the only way I thought I could really project that to an audience was to use the expressive nature of oil paints. My mentors consisted of three main people. The first person would obviously be my art teacher throughout my HSC year. She was the person that encouraged me to break out of my comfort zone in experimenting with oils. She has taught me for many years in high school, but mainly with drawings and acrylic painting. But she introduced me to oils a few years back, and she allowed me to really experiment with them in a creative manner. The second person would be Marianne Wick from the National Art School. I did an intensive summer art school course with her a few years back, and the funny thing with her is that she actually made us walk into the garden at the National Art School and pick up long pieces of sticks, and long sticks, and tie our paintbrushes to the end of them and paint from a distance of about 1.5 meters away from the actual canvas. And with the distance and the freedom of movement that I had with the stick and the paintbrush on the end of it, I felt really more comfortable with painting, and kind of abandoned my perfectionist sort of need for geometric precision in painting. And I had a friend who went to my school who studied architecture, and he has a studio in which he did his work in for his architecture course. And so I worked in his studio for a bit, and he used a lot of his architecture experiences to help me out with the composition of my work. And so I would also say that he was a big influence in how I constructed my work in general. So the geographic isolation of my subject matter was a big problem, in the sense that I'm here in Sydney and I was painting cities thousands of kilometers away. So what I did was I compiled a big collection of pictures of Paris, big collection of pictures from Hanoi, and sort of just mix and match them with Photoshop and paints and all sorts of other editing materials that would allow me to adjust color and composition in a sense that I could put the images together to create the one perfect image that I would use for my canvases. My biggest piece of advice to young people studying art would be to have a good foundation of what you do, what you draw, paint, whatever their subject matter or whatever the medium is. To have a good foundation of knowing what you're going to do and how you're going to do it.